You are listening to the Business Finance Matters podcast, the only podcast that brings a clear voice and signposting to those businesses seeking access to finance. In partnership with the Guild of Business Finance Professionals, each episode will be hosted by me, David Gross, and by him, Trevor Peary. Collectively, we have almost 80 years of market experience. No jargon, no fluff, just real conversations that we hope will help business owners make smarter financial decisions. So let's get on with the next episode. Hola, Trevor Peary, how are you? Little filler land, here we go. 15 minutes of sheer delight and finance information and news.
Well, David, interesting you say hola. I would suggest that you're not in UK shipping waters.
Your suggestion is completely correct. I'm in the sunny part of Portugal, known as the Algarve. As you know, I spend a lot of time down here.
Yeah.
In fact, I have sent an email to the managing director of Funding Circle, who also lives in the Algarve. Let's see if he accepts my invitation for lunch. It'd be quite nice to catch up with him.
That would be interesting.
But apart from work, which of course I am still beavering away at, I shall be enjoying a few weeks down here and relaxing and working and doing everything that business finance professionals do when they can and how they can.
Well, mate, best of British to you. You and your good lady wife, as you know, you hosted me not too long ago, and I had a delightful 5 days with you and the present Mrs. Gross. What a delightful part of the world. Anyway, what's been happening? I'll tell you what's been happening. We listeners will remember, if they've heard the last episode we recorded with Robert Shogger of MetSpace. That's been downloaded right, left and centre, that one. It's becoming a very, very popular download. I mind you, I've got a funny feeling old Nash Giardina, I think he's the one that's downloading it every time. I don't think he can get enough of it. He's phoning me every 5 minutes asking me how it's all going.
I saw we got about 1,000 downloads in Sicily.
Yeah, bless him. Bless him. I spoke to him yesterday. He was on top form. He's absolutely delighted with it, and he tells me Robert is as well. So I know that between the two of them, they are spreading the word wide and near. But you know why we wax lyrical about our guest, David? Because it was yet another example of the power of working with a professional intermediary in the business of raising debt finance. It's a great story. Over 20 years, those two old rascals have known each other, and I thoroughly recommend that one. Well, I recommend them all, but
of course.
That's a particularly good one.
Yeah, as we've always said, the stories that we share on these podcasts are shared so other business owners can hopefully listen in and understand the process of which some of these businesses have gone through to gain access to business finance. And I think that probably is underlined with Robert's chat. And he was very clear about how his business has grown and developed thanks to his relationship with another guild member. And we're very grateful for that time. And I also noticed, Trevor, I know others have as well, that the trend on LinkedIn at the moment is still very much driven by messages of wanting to try and get businesses to consider how they gain access to finance, especially through business finance professionals and members of the guild. That's clearly the message we're giving out here, clearly the message that Robert's given out, clearly the message that all our guests are given out, is gaining access to finance is a very difficult process and one that needs to be considered very carefully. Hence why we do this podcast, hey?
Yeah, right. Or being, we know who we know who we don't know, but we don't know who we don't know. And that's a roundabout way of saying moves are afoot, I believe, Mr. Gross. Moves are afoot with the podcast. And we're not going to say too much at the moment, but there's changes coming along, folks, and we're pretty excited about it. I mean, our biggest challenge, as it always has been, it's great. It's like I said, we know who we know, and those that will know us, support us. We know who we don't know, and we try and reach out to them. But the biggest market that we are desperate to get our message across to is the people we don't know at all. And that's something we're keen to do something about. And sit tight, folks. Come August, you never know what's going to come your way with this marvellous podcast.
Yeah. And these little fillers, Trevor, aren't necessarily containing lots and lots of information that business owners can listen to. But one of the things that business owners should be aware of is, of course, our guild. If you want to give a little bit of information on that, you fire away.
Well, indeed, we're over a year old now, and there must be something in the water. Since our AGM back at the beginning of June, we have had a plethora, if you believe, of new applications for people wanting to join the guild, which is fabulous, really, really fabulous. They're coming to us from a multitude of ways, from recommendations from existing members. I spoke to a chap this morning who reached out to us over LinkedIn. I spoke to a chap yesterday who'd come via the website. So if you're interested and want to know what the qualifying criteria is and the induction process, nothing too strenuous, but it is an important part of inducting new members to the guild. But yeah, it's great, mate. It really is good. We seem to be picking up a little bit of steam there. But we shall see.
Yeah, and our meetings are held online for obvious reasons. And this one that we had, what was it, about a week or so ago?
Yeah, last week
was the best attended as numbers grow. We had some new members on there as well.
We did.
Couple of old contacts of mine, and I know that many people know them. Mr. James Bingham, affectionately known as Bingo. I always call him James. I know where the Bingo bit came from, but James to me, and Paul Morgan. Both of them have recently joined us. It was good to see their slightly older faces, but I'm sure mine is the same. But to have that many members on chatting openly about what's going on in the market, it's just showing how healthy the guild is at the moment.
It is, and the new guys and girls were keen to join us. We also had Tony Mate, which was the new guy, Alex Austin, which is brilliant. Alex is actually been voted onto our steering committee. Alex has got a nice, rich background of business finance, but did a bit of marketing before that, and most importantly, he's under 65, which helps us. Lawrence Pepe, dear old Lawrence, there up in the sunny northwest. And Chris Bishar from the African continent. So it was good to see all those guys. Andy Wise would have been there, but he decided he wanted to bugger off and spend a couple of weeks in France, so couldn't be bothered. But no, bless him. Andy, great to see you there, the AGM, and great to see everybody there that was at the AGM. So, what else we've got to talk about, David? What else is happening?
I'm conscious that little fillers are little fillers for a reason. We don't want to keep people hanging on for too long, but we are looking at a diary in front of us of a number of guests that are lining up. Our next guests, which we hopefully will have in the can by the end of the month. Do you want to talk a little bit about him? Perhaps not go into too much detail. Yeah,
we won't mention him by name at the moment, but he's the CEO of an interesting lender. They work with partners including the British Business Bank, Funding London, and local enterprise partnerships to deliver regional funding, and that's slightly different to most of the lenders that we know and I'll say love, but it's a different way of funding. It's a different way of looking at getting money out there to the SMEs that are desperate to make sure they survive and thrive. And I'll tell you what, we've also got another. I will give this little one away because I think this is really exciting. So as mentioned earlier, there's going to be quite a few changes afoot, and you'll see for yourselves what they are. But we're going to tighten it up a little bit. We're going to actually do some actual discussions around different forms of financing, different things involved with financing. And what we thought it would be really good to have is a legal expert. So someone who knows the market, both from a customer, a lender, and intermediary point of view. And I'm delighted to say that we'll soon be recording with one of the senior partners of the firm that he works for. He's our supporting legal firm in the guild. But that'd be great because what we'll be able to do, Dave, when we record in the future, we're able to see what legal opinion is on from our legal expert on any particular aspect we talk about. So a couple of cracking guests coming up, mate.
Good. Right, okay. Well, other than that, I think that's about it, isn't it? We've got a hot summer in front of us, not just in terms of temperature, but in terms of what we're doing on the podcast. We've got some good guests. We've got a good lender coming up. And as you mentioned, this is a lender that I worked with recently as well, and certainly someone that we need to talk about. And in fact, when I first met with this particular lender, they were unaware of the guild, and that's obviously changed since then, hence why he's coming on to the show in a few weeks' time. But otherwise, I think it's probably time to wrap up. And unless you've got anything else to add?
No, Dave, I think, as you say, a lot of exciting stuff coming up. This is probably our last informal. We're not going to lose our style, but this is our last informal little filler, as you've been calling them. We are going to change that in the future. We're going to be a little bit more directed and homing in on things that business owners need to know in these 15-minute sessions. You know where to go. It's one of the easiest ways to go. Just go to the Guild website, bfpguild.org. Top right-hand corner, click on podcasts, and there they all are.
Yeah, and I know we repeat it, but there's a reason why we repeat it. Everything that we talk about, we love your feedback. Keep it coming in, because that's what we're here for, to understand what it is that you're hearing and seeing. And also, we'll be looking forward to sharing some case studies, which I know a number of our members are looking to share with us as well, just to give examples of what's going on in the marketplace. So, yeah. We'll chuck that on as and when we get it. And as of now, I wish you a good week, Trevor, in front of you. I've got things to be getting on with, and most of that is around the swimming pool shortly, but you don't want to know that.
No, I certainly don't want to know that. And if I was there, I would, I'd walk away. But no, seriously, Dave, have a good week, mate. And we'll look forward to catching up with all the folks in the very near future with that very special guest. So, in our own inimitable style, it's a goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from you. Cheers, guys.
See you, folks.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Business Finance Matters. If you have, then please share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you haven't listened to or missed any previous episodes, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and basically, we're everywhere.
We are, David, and if you've got any questions or topics you want us to talk about in future episodes, then drop us a line. We're all ears. Remember, when it comes to finance for your business, you can search for your nearest business finance professional at bfpguild.org. We look forward to hearing from you and have you on board for future episodes.